Hi, Liz here from Cook Your Feed, and today I'm cooking a recipe from my book. This is the book and it's from the Dip, Dress, Sprinkle chapter, which is actually probably the most useful chapter in the book. And today I'm making tofu feta, or tofeta as I like to call it. Now this is a recipe that is actually overlooked by a lot of people, but once you try it, honestly, it's going to change your life. It's one of those things that is just like, how does this taste exactly like feta cheese? Okay, so I'm going to take you through the really simple recipe and you'll see exactly how easy it is. Tomorrow, once the tofeta is set, I'm going to make some little phyllo pastry tofeta and cranberry sauce cigars, which is a really nice little nibble or starter on your festive table. Okay, so we start off by draining some extra firm tofu. So you might have a tofu press in your house, in which case go ahead and use that, but I've sort of fashioned one myself. So you need a bowl, you need something for the tofu to drain through, so I've used a sieve, and this is my block of extra firm tofu. Make sure you get the organic one, because then you know the soybeans are not genetically modified and they've been grown in a responsible way. And then something heavy to press down on the tofu and squeeze as much of that liquid out as you can. So I'm just using a big old butternut squash in a glass jar, and I'm just going to let that drain away until it's nice and firm. The more you firm up the tofu, the firmer your feta cheese will be in the end, of course. So if you can't be bothered to do this bit, that's absolutely fine. You'll just have a nice spreadable tofeta, which is really great on crackers and in sandwiches and to bake in tarts and things. But I want mine to be kind of sliceable, so I can get a nice firm one. I'm actually doubling the recipe because might as well, if you're making some, you might as well make double. You can use it for loads of different things. It's really great on as part of a cheese board with crackers, or just in sandwiches, or you can slice it up and just use it like regular feta in a salad. You can bake with it, make quiches and tarts and things, and also use it to top like moussaka or lasagna or something like that. Anything that needs some lovely salty tangy feta cheese. And I've already done one and crumbled it into the food processor, so I'm just going to do the other one now. So I like to give it a little extra squeeze as well, just break it into handfuls. You want to try and get as much of that liquid out as you can, and pop it in the food processor as you go. And then it's a simple case of just adding all the rest of the ingredients and blending it up. Okay, so I've measured out the coconut oil. So per block of tofu, they're normally about 400 to 500 grams, or 9 to 10 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. And it seems like quite a lot, but you only eat a little bit at a time. And also the coconut oil is what helps it set solid, and it just gives it that really rich, fatty flavour, which is what you want in a cheese. So try and get the refined coconut oil that doesn't have that coconutty aroma. So I found this mild, odourless, organic one from Bayona. There's loads out there. Okay, so we just add that all in. And then you want to add some really good vinegar. So I'm using this really delicious organic Irish apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to put 4 tablespoons in, so about 2 or 3 tablespoons per block of tofu. These are actually big blocks, I'm going to add 5. Okay, and then same amount of lemon juice. So you can use fresh or from a bottle. I just find it handy to have a bottle of lemon juice in the fridge at all times. Okay, and then we want a couple of teaspoons of salt. I've been using this really beautiful Irish sea salt, and it's really special. You should get yourself some if you can. So start off with that and see if we need to add more later. And then a couple of teaspoons of garlic granules, and you could use onion powder instead if you prefer. That will work as well. And that is it. Just blend it up until it's really smooth, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so the Tofeta is perfectly blended now. It's silky smooth, and I'm just going to taste it for seasoning, make sure there's enough salt. So obviously real feta cheese is very salty. It's really good, really tangy from the vinegar and the lemon, and just perfectly salty. Okay, so now all we need to do is let it set overnight. So just pour it into, you could use a plastic storage tub or whatever kind of shaped mould you want. I've just got a glass dish here lined with baking parchment. You don't really need to line it, I just want to tip it all out in one piece, so tomorrow. So just scrape it all in, make it nice and neat, and then just cover it and pop it in the fridge overnight, and tomorrow you'll have perfectly set, delicious, tangy Tofeta cheese. So the Tofeta has set in the fridge overnight, and I've pulled it out of its little tub and chopped it into 4 blocks. And today I'm going to make some phyllo pastry cigars as like a little starter. So I'm just going to chop the Tofeta into little sticks. Alright, so I've defrosted a pack of phyllo pastry. I'll just put it on a clean work surface, and then I've poured some of this lovely extra virgin olive oil into a little container. So, and I'm just going to brush the pastry, the first layer, with that. Just try and get it evenly spread on. And then, so for each cigar I'm going to use 1 whole piece of pastry. So just about a teaspoon or so of cranberry sauce. Then pop on the piece of feta. And then we just roll that over like that. Then tuck in the sides, like so. And then brush this new side with some more olive oil. And roll up a little cigar, like so. And then you just brush that with olive oil and pop it on a roasting tray with a baking sheet on it ready to go, and just repeat that until you've used up all the pastry. You could also get double the amount of cigars out of your pack of pastry as well if you just cut the pastry in half. I'll show you. Then you get slightly slimmer cigars. Just do the same thing. Brush with oil. To top that up a little bit. Add the cranberry sauce. Add a little block of feta. smidge of oil. And roll them up. Okay, and these are also perfect size really for if you want to do like canapes or something like that. Yeah, so you can get double the amount out of your same pack of pastry if you do them that way. Okay, and then we have a tray of little cigars ready to go in the oven. I like to sprinkle them with some sesame seeds. There we go, sprinkle the sesame seeds, and then they'll go into the oven about 175 until they're nice and crisp and golden. Okay, so they don't take long, only about 20 minutes in the oven, and they come out like this, all golden and beautiful and delicious. So just serve them with some salad leaves, a bit of Christmas sauerkraut, pomegranate seeds of course, makes everything Christmassy. And there you have it, beautiful Christmas starter, or make the smaller ones for canapes.